Have you ever seen a ghost?
I don't think so.
You don't
No,
think so?
there's been weird stuff that's happened in my house, but no, I don't think there's been any ghosts.
Wait, so like what has happened in your house?
Just weird noises every once in a while, and you got like things in the ceiling that we're not sure if they're squirrels or raccoons or maybe they're ghosts. I don't know.
What's up, Waves? Today I am joined by a speedy journalist extraordinaire who has broken multiple school records in cross country and track as just a sophomore, Karl Winter. What's up, Karl?
Welcome.
Ta-da!
How's it going? What's going on? Well, I'm out in Texas right now, so a little bit away from home, and it is extremely hot and humid out here. Not used to that humidity, which is nice because I also have some teammates that are from the same area, so it's a nice coincidence, and I've been able to see them and run with them, which has
Aw.
been really, really good to have some training partners.
6 feet away every time.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, yeah, wearing masks. Not while we're running because that would be pretty
Ugh,
tough, but
yeah.
otherwise, yeah.
Do you like run with your arms out just to make sure, like T
Yeah,
posing?
we actually wear hats with like pool noodles on them to try.
So in our Father's Day video, you were just randomly spitting out some German. What's up with that? Are you
Ja,
German?
so ich habe als kleines Kind Deutsch gelernt. So yeah, that means that I've spoken it. I've learned it since I was a little kid. Kind of growing up, I spoke both English and German. Um, as I was just learning to speak at all, which is the best way to learn a language because I
Yeah.
remember having to try to learn it out of a book or anything like that.
Hmm.
So my dad's from Germany. He was born there, moved to the U.S. when he was 2, and taught myself and all my siblings it growing up. And I've actually gone to school for a few days there. Was hoping to go there this summer to Heidelberg to study abroad, but didn't get the chance to do that. But yeah, so I've kind of lost it a little bit over the years. I'm definitely more semi-fluent than I am fluent, and it would have helped to be able to go back to Germany because once you're there, you pick it up really
Hmm.
fast. That's kind of the best way to learn it is just to be around the people. And a lot of the traditional foods and stuff growing up, we've eaten them, and my aunt still makes them a lot, and we do it at home as well. And yeah, I mean, the culture is a lot of like Bavaria, southern Germany, where my dad's from. It's kind of like the Texas of Germany. Like
Hmm.
the Bavarians think they're the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's been nice. Whenever we've gone back there, we've eaten the food and all that stuff. And
Hmm.
my brothers have been to a couple soccer games there. I didn't get the chance to do that because I was
Oh, that's cool.
in high school at that point. But yeah, we're actually soccer fans because of Germany pretty much.
So what's your like favorite German tradition?
On about 2 weeks before Christmas every year, we have what's called St. Nikolaus Tag, which is where the kids like you put a shoe or a boot in the windowsill, and if you've
Oh,
been good so far that year, then you'll get some candy from Santa 2 weeks before
what?
Christmas. So it's like a little precursor. If you've been bad, you get coal or whatever, and then you have 2 weeks to shape yourself up before actual
Oh
Christmas.
my gosh.
So
Like
that's
Christmas purgatory.
yeah, it's kind of like Halloween and Christmas mix because you get some candy that day, usually
Oh
as long
my
as you've been
gosh.
good. So that's a fun tradition that we do every year. And then usually we open presents on Christmas Eve, which is kind of a German thing to do it the night before rather than the
Yeah.
morning of.
That sounds like Dwight from The Office when he had the Belschnickel or whatever when he comes in.
Speaking of Dwight, I met Rainn Wilson. He came and taught one of my classes at Pepperdine. Yeah,
What?
so that's
No
super
way.
cool. And I've seen him
Oh, I
actually out
love him.
running too, which has been kind of wild just to see
In
him out
Malibu?
in Calabasas.
Mind when you're running 10 miles, like what do you think about?
Yeah, I would definitely say it's kind of a stress relief to be out there. It's nice running because you get to explore wherever you are. So that's kind of cool. But some days obviously not every day. You don't feel great every day you're out there running. Like probably 50% of the time you kind of feel bad because you're recovering from a workout or race or whatever. So sometimes
Mhm.
it's not that fun, but it's nice to be able to clear your thoughts. A lot of times it's a social activity, especially in high school on regular run days, which is probably more than 50% of the time you're just out there on a recovery run and you're going at a conversational pace. So you can talk to people, talk to your teammates. When you're alone, it's a little bit different because it's just you and your thoughts, but it does help you get your thoughts in order and listen to new music or listen to podcasts.
What would you say to like somebody who's trying to get into running? So like I run, obviously not 10 miles a day. I'll run like maybe two or three, like whatever, when I'm not like on my bike or, you know, but I just hate like, what would you tell somebody to change their mindset of like running is good? This is why.
Yeah, well, running is like the best form of cardio you can get. I mean, even when we're training, like if we're injured, we usually cross train, we'll swim or bike or do the elliptical or whatever, and nothing quite gives you the same aerobic benefit that running does.
Hmm.
And also, yeah, you can really get into it as either a social activity or a competitive thing. I mean, a lot of people will set a goal and, try and plan to run a 5K or to run a half marathon or whatever, and it kind of gives you that sense of accomplishment when you do accomplish that goal.
Okay, so obviously you are um, a member of the graphic team. So you're a journalism major, yada yada yada. You love broadcasting. Obviously, you've helped out with me personally at tennis and that kind of thing, and even just indoor sports too. How did you get into that?
Kind of in high school, I mean, I've been reading the newspaper since I was like 5, usually the sports section. So that's kind of how I first got into like knowing what journalism was. But then in high school, my school started a broadcasting program when I was a sophomore. So I got to start like anchoring our little magazine show and doing a lot of sports. We try to broadcast every sport like live online, yeah, in high school. So every varsity sport had at least one chance to like have themselves
That's
shown
cool.
online,
Yeah.
like a live stream, which was really cool. And not many high school programs have that.
Mhm.
So we kind of got it off and running. I was one of the first kids to go through the program, and got the chance to call like soccer games and football games and baseball games and basketball games. And so that's kind of what got me into the broadcast side. Yeah, and then I just was really passionate about journalism and writing and storytelling. So I really don't know yet what I'm going to do in terms of what path I'm going to take in journalism, because you kind of have the print online side and you've got your radio, TV, broadcast side. So I'm just trying to try out as much as I can and see what I want to do with it. I mean, the dream is to be like a play-by-play broadcaster at some point, but that's
Mhm.
a little bit separate from journalism. It's kind of a specialty thing that's hard to get into. So
Yeah.
let's see.
I also have like a bunch of random photos of you guys, like you and like the cross country track guys at like other games, like like at women's volleyball for their like breast cancer awareness game. I'll put a picture here, but there was so much footage of you guys like rooting for Hannah, and you had like, because they were playing her sister, from USD, and even like you guys supporting tennis. Like I know you're really close with like Ash and all them. What like is that just because you get bored and you want to go to games, or because you like have obviously have friends and stuff? Like what drives your support for them?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of us are just big fans of pretty much every sport on the cross country. I mean, most of us played different sports growing up, so that's nice. And obviously, Kyle and I cover sports for Pepperdine. But yeah, I mean, we're kind of just big fans of most of the other sports and enjoy watching them. We're all really into volleyball. I'm sure you've seen us. We play beach sometimes. Sometimes we even play indoor as well. We play intramurals sometimes. So yeah, it's just really fun doing. I mean, in high school, I would, go to a lot of games of other teams too and support basketball or football or whatever. So I always enjoy watching our basketball team. But yeah, it's kind of supporting our friends and our fellow student athletes, but also because we're just sports fans, and that's kind of what we do.
Okay, so now we're gonna move into the lightning round. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, so what is your favorite show right now?
Just
Netflix or
finished
otherwise?
Ozark on Netflix.
Mm,
Very good. Highly recommend. It's pretty intense, but just
I
finished it, and
agree.
yeah, can't wait for the next season to come out.
Oh my gosh, who's your favorite character?
Ruth, gotta be.
Mine too. Oh my
So
gosh, I
good.
love
Yeah,
that
yeah.
character.
She won an Emmy for her role in that and very much deserved it.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs for sure. Had dogs growing up all the way.
What's your favorite breed of dog?
Probably like a yellow lab. That's what I had my first dog. Now we have two golden doodles, and they're really good dogs too, though.
So, what is your favorite childhood cartoon?
Ooh, I don't know about cartoons. I didn't watch Cartoon Network that much, but I watched a lot of Disney Channel. So I would say
Okay.
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, Sweet Life on Deck was
Mm.
kind of what I grew up on. They're not cartoons, but that's what's coming off the top of my head right now.
Do you also hate Stockton?
No, I love Stockton. And yeah, Stockton gets a lot of hate, but I would even write a piece defending Stockton. One time we got called the most miserable city in the US by Forbes, which I don't think is
Oh
accurate.
my gosh.
Well, it's
I
one of
mean,
the
I
most
could
diverse
see
cities
it.
in the country, and I actually got to interview the mayor once, Mayor Tubbs, he was at
Really?
one point the youngest mayor of a major U.S. city, so a city over 100,000. and he's still the mayor. He
Oh
became the
my
mayor when he
gosh.
was like 27 years old.
So if running did not exist, what would you be doing right now?
Ooh, I don't know. I guess I'd be trying to play something else. I mean, I'm always being active. I've tried to pick up a lot of other things growing up. So I guess I don't know.
Mhm.
If I was, maybe I wouldn't be a collegiate student athlete, but I'm sure I'd still be writing and doing journalism and covering sports, even if I wasn't running.
So last one, song you know all the words to by heart and even the guitar parts.
That's a tough one. I don't. Maybe Bohemian Rhapsody. I mean, I feel like everyone pretty much knows that song, but
Mhm.
"Don't Stop Me Now" is actually another one that we play before races
Yeah,
a lot. So yeah, Queen songs, Michael
yeah.
Jackson songs. I could probably hit you with a couple of those for sure. I like to shout out my teammates who have, keep me accountable and keep me going throughout the summer when I have to run on my own. So absolutely, shout out to them and my parents and my dad who is a Pepperdine grad, my aunt and the cousin who are also Pepperdine grads. I get to see them while I'm here in Texas. Adios, Waves fam. This is me doing my wave.
Oh my gosh, the